Welcome to Body by Design. I'm your host, Blue Driver, a women's strength training and metabolism coach. I went from years suffering hormone imbalances, looking soft and bloated, to symptom-free and building muscle for a toned athletic physique. Since then, I've made it my mission to empower women to take control of their own health, hormones and body composition. So grab a cup of coffee and let's build your body by design.
Welcome back to Body by Design. This week, it's going to be interesting because I do have a bit of a flu, so excuse if there's any coughing along the way, and I will try and keep it to a minimum. But anyway, today I wanted to talk about how to get back on track when we fall off the wagon, pretty much. You know, you get on this health journey, and let's face it, it's hard. It's not easy to start. It's not easy in the beginning to create these habits that keep you going when motivation is low. In the beginning, we rely on motivation, and what it has to become is discipline. It has to become, it actually has to become a way of life that you enjoy. I wouldn't even say discipline. There is a certain amount of discipline to it, but it's changing your lifestyle. It's the only way you're ever going to get those body composition changes, that you're ever going to improve your sleep and your hormone balance, is to change the way you're living. Our modern world has got us living in such a way that we are depleted and that our bodies are under a lot of stress. We're under-muscled. And pulling all this together in the beginning is hard. And no one's progress is linear. It's very easy to look at social media, look at me on Instagram and go, yep, she does it every day. It's easy for her. It is easy now because it's become my life. However, in the beginning, it wasn't easy. And there were certainly times that things went pear-shaped, or I just went, fuck it, and kind of went AWOL for a little bit. But you need to get yourself back on track. So progress isn't linear, but what we need to understand is how do you get back to that place and get back on track when you get yourself into that rut where you've fallen off the wagon because you've gone, oh, fuck it. And I think the first thing we need to remember is our why. Why are you doing this? Remember that your sleep was shit, your hormones, you know, whether it be that you've got horrendous periods, the heavy bleeding, the cramps, the monthly moods, whether it's perimenopause taking a hold and the hot flushes are out of control, all those hormonal imbalances. We want that body. We want to be in a midlife where we glow, not in midlife where it falls apart. When I speak of midlife, I'm talking to those who are in the 40 plus. I mean, this way of life is for anyone, but when people reach that kind of 40s range, we start having a reflection on shit. We feel like we're depleted. A lot of the time, motherhood takes it out of us. And we want to look better. We want to feel better. We want to make sure that we're independent in old age. We want to be strong for our girls. Whatever your why is, I think when you go off the rails and you look at yourself and you go, what am I doing? Like, really, what am I doing? Why, how did I get here and why? You need to just cut and go, okay, why did I start in the first place? Remember the pain that you were in, because it's the pain that drove you to change. When things are painful enough, we change. So remember what that felt like. Most of the time when we fall off the wagon, we've had improvements, whether it be more energy, better sleep, we're starting to feel stronger, whatever it is. We always feel very proud of our achievements, and we start to notice those changes. So when you need to go back to your why, remember how crap you felt and remember what those changes brought you in the first place. So that would be my starting point. When you stop and look at yourself and go, what am I doing? Go back to why. Why did I change? Why did I implement these changes? Why do I want to feel better? How did I feel before? and really lean in to that. You just got to forget about yesterday as well, would be the next thing. Is so many of us sit there and beat ourselves up, and the guilt about, and then they go, oh my God, I've eaten that many cookies. I don't even want to step on the scale because I'm scared of all the hard work that I've undone. If you have fallen off track for a week, I can tell you now, you have not undone all your hard work. And if it's been longer and you have potentially undone the work that you did, the thing is, you know how to get it back because you've done it already. You just needed to be more consistent for longer, was all it was. And there's nothing you can do about yesterday. There's nothing you can do about the days that have been and gone where you didn't make the right choices, where you didn't make better choices. And you just have to go, well, yep, I fucked up. So what? Back on track. Because you will step forward. And the more often, not the more often, the quicker you can pick yourself up, the less damage being done. And I can say it will probably happen again. It's not going to be a once off. It's a hard journey. And when those moments happen, the sooner you can catch yourself and the sooner you can put yourself back on track, you get into a place where it's 5 steps forward, 1 step back. Instead of 5 steps forwards, 4 steps back. 5 steps forward, 3 steps back. So you get back on track sooner. So the damage you're doing is a lot less. And at the end of the day, you're still forward. You're still better off than what you were, because we are not perfect human beings. There are going to be times where it's tough, whether it's through your own emotional inner turmoil or whether it's through external life circumstances that weigh on you, that derailed you. You get stronger each time you move forward. So clear the slate. Yesterday happened. So what? You fucked up. Move on. Tomorrow is a new day, and you need to start that day fresh and relieve yourself of that guilt, because carrying that guilt forward it does not serve you in any way, shape, or form other than to make you feel bad. And you don't deserve to feel bad. You want to put yourself into that space of feeling good again. So let it go and feel good about, this morning I've now woken up and I got up when my alarm went off. I feel good for that. I feel good for making the first step. This morning I got up when my alarm went off and I went for a half-hour walk towards my 10,000 steps. I feel good for that. If you wake up in the morning, every morning going, oh my God, I fucked up. I ate so much. Oh, I haven't walked in so long. Oh my God, I haven't been to the gym. You start the day feeling awful about yourself. So you have to let that go. Energy flows where attention goes. So if your attention is on the bad, your energy is going to flow to the bad and create more. Whether you believe in this or not, this is actually what happens. If you can shift your mindset and start picking, even if there's small little wins, and just focusing on that, you may have a thought of, oh, but I fucked up. Yep, I did, but that's gone. That's how you shut it down nice and quickly. Shut that thought down. Yep, I did, but it's gone. However, this morning I woke up with my alarm. And then as the day progresses, oh, but I've put on so much weight again. Yep, I did, but that's gone. And I've prepped my lunch today and brought it with me, so I'm back on track. So it's about moving past those bad feelings where we get that inner turmoil and it takes us over. Not saying that you can think yourself, those positive thoughts where you won't ever think negative thoughts. It's about recognizing that thought, shutting it down and replacing it with a positive. You can't just pretend to be happy and expect it all to change. So you've got to shift your focus. When your focus starts flowing towards those negative thoughts of how you fucked up, you shift your focus and you say, yes, I did, but that is gone. And now I have, and pick whatever it is you have done in the day to make a progress forward. So there are a couple of mindset things that you really need to be looking at, because essentially at the end of the day, you've gone off track because of some sort of mindset. And the other thing will be because you don't have those practical habits cemented firmly yet. So you've got to approach it with two things. And there's two great things that you can use in your mental mindset to move you forward. What's your why? What was your pain before, and why did you choose to change in the first place? And move past the guilt and negative thoughts dwelling in what has happened and pick the positives. One moment while I have a drink and refresh my voice. So knowing that progress isn't perfect, we're all very different, and some of us can hit the ground running, and some of us need to habit stack and build. So depending on the type of person you are, you can just rip the Band-Aid off and go, right, sit down the night before, you plan your day out. What food do I have in the fridge right now that will serve me for tomorrow and meet my macros as close as I possibly can? Even if you don't meet your macros quite, try and stay within your calories and potentially your protein targets. They would be the two most important things. If your carbs and your fats fall a little bit outside, don't worry. You've still made the first day making your calories and plan for a shopping trip at the end of the day. So basically the night before, you're just going, right, that's it. You're planning your food, you've booked your date at the gym, and you're going to get more food, whether it be going to the shop or whatever, or having an online delivery to get you set up for the rest of the week. Because often where we fall apart is not being prepared. Food prep is one of the big ones. So you can rip the Band-Aid off and just go, right, that's it. Tomorrow I am hitting my macros with this meal plan that I've just done. I'm setting the alarm up. I'm getting up, I'm going for a walk, and I'm going to the gym in the afternoon. And you just rip the Band-Aid off and do it all at once. And it gets the ball rolling for you. However, there's probably few and far between people that can do that. I've certainly seen people that can do that, but not everyone can. And it's more about shifting gears and habit stacking. So the first thing you should be doing is food is a big one. What have you got in the fridge ready to go for tomorrow? And if it means doing something as simple as, I've been buying my lunch every day at work, which means fatty takeaway or whatever it is, full of crappy oils or whatever it is that you've been choosing. Your thing could be, so tomorrow I'm packing my lunch. Tomorrow I'm not eating out. So the night before, pack your lunch and set your alarm to get out of bed and go for a walk if you're a morning walker person. Have it done the night before. Have that meal, that lunch packed. Or if I've been getting up and missing breakfast, have something prepared for breakfast, even if it's the eggs are sitting in the fridge ready to go, the pan's out sitting on the stove ready to go, like you've got everything kind of done as far as you can, or you might choose some overnight oats, or you might go, I'm going to have yogurt and berries, put it all in a bowl ready to go. Do something the night before that sets you up for success the next day. Because when you wake up in the morning, you start with that positive thought of, I'm so glad I prepped my lunch and I'm ready to go. This has started my day really well. You have something to shift you out of that mindset focus, but it's also stacking those habits again. You've now changed your habit for lunch. Just in that one day, you're back on track with lunch. Or just in that one day, you're back on track with breakfast. So there's some sorts of things that you can do in the way of food. Excuse me. The next thing I would be looking at doing is making a plan further out for the week. So you've started really well. Your first day, you've taken your lunch. At some point, you're going to have to go, I need to shop to set myself up and prep something. And keep it so simple, like really simple and easy snacks. Breakfast, yogurt and berries, and then you might have lunch, have some dried fruit and beef jerky and a cup of coffee, like all stuff that can just be quickly grabbed and taken away. Make your lunch literally grill some chicken and take some fruit. So you've got, protein, carbs, and some fat in that meal. Pick really simple things. Go for a nice, clean shop bought custard. I know here in Australia, we've got one, Paul's Farmhouse Gold. Excellent custard. I just add protein powder to it. That can be another snack. Keep everything super, super simple. Make dinners, literally steak and chips, something really simple. So you don't have to create a recipe. You don't have to make a meal. You don't have to spend time doing lots of prep to get you rolling again for the rest of the week. Sorry, I'm just okay, so I'm back. This flu's kicking my ass, can I just say? So they're some of the things that you can do. Now, when it comes to getting back into whether it's walking or the gym, you just have to make that commitment. Right, my gym days were Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You pick your calendar up, pick your phone up, we've all got a calendar in it, and schedule it. That is your commitment to you. Put it in there with a reminder so it pops up. Now, it might not be Monday because Monday you chose to have a good breakfast and pack your lunch. Tuesday, you spent the afternoon getting ready you went and did some grocery shop, got some basic foods in the house so you could continue the rest of the week really well. But Wednesday, I then add the gym back. So now I'm going to the gym on Wednesday, whether it's early in the morning or after work, whatever it is that you do, you schedule it in your diary. You tell your family that hey, I'm back at the gym this week. Like, you really put that commitment to it. And seriously, you just got to rip the Band-Aid off and do it. I remember once I fell off the wagon, I think with the gym for about 6 months. And when I went back to the gym, it fucking hurt. It really hurt. And I didn't enjoy it, and it wasn't fun, and I didn't feel strong, and I was lethargic, and I walked out of the gym feeling like it had kicked my ass. But you know what? I said to myself, I understand why it's so hard for people to actually get started, because this is what it feels like. And I never want to feel this way again. That was the last time I fell off the wagon, I think, with the gym. And then from there, I was just on a roll. It hurt too much. But I just had to rip the Band-Aid off, give some acknowledgement that it wasn't going to feel good, depending on how long you've been out. If you've only been out for a week or so, it's probably not too bad. If you've actually fallen off for a while, it's going to feel like you're starting again. Acknowledge that. It's not going to be the best feeling session when you get back, but you will walk out of the gym proud of yourself that you've done it, knowing that you're stacking those habits again and you are back on track. So just schedule that time, tell someone about it to hold you accountable, and get back on board again. With your walking, same thing again. Set an alarm half an hour earlier, get out of bed and go for a walk. Lay your clothes out the night before. Put your shoes out, have everything there. Everyone literally could get out of bed half an hour earlier and go for a walk. I'm up at 5 o'clock every morning and going for a walk. That's how I get it done. Otherwise, I wouldn't fit it into my day. I'm running a business. I've got a family. I'm doing my food prep. I'm going to the gym. There's a lot going on in my life, but I still manage to get that walk in every day. For me, the only way I can do it is get up earlier in the morning. And that just means setting my alarm and getting off when I do it. Put your alarm across the other side of the room. We love to sleep with our phones next to us charging. It's probably not the greatest place for them to be because of Wi-Fi and all the rest of it. However, just from the perspective of getting you going again, plug it in across the other side of the room. So you actually have to get out of bed to turn it off. Because once you're out of bed, you might as well just keep going. You know what I mean? Like, you just got to get rolling with it. Now, to make things easier to stay on track, you can look at things like, hey, look at Facebook and get a cheap treadmill that you could put at your home or in the garage or under a patio. So if it's rainy, you could still walk. You could literally lap your kitchen. Wouldn't be very fun, but you would be getting movement in. You can park your car, walk further away from work. All those little moves that you haven't been doing, you can do towards getting your step count for the day. You get to work. Mary Jane needs to speak to you about something. Don't pick that phone up. Go walk over and see her. Go walk over to her desk and say, hi, how are you going? Nice to see you today. And you've gotten some steps in. There's lots of different things that you can do. But when it comes to it, you just got to make that commitment and set it again. But if you're the sort of person that needs a habit stack, again, don't try and put your walking in and your gym in and all in one day. If you're not that type of person that can just rip the Band-Aid off, hit the ground running, habit stack. Spend 1 week habit stacking to get you back on track. We need to let go of this feeling of being perfect, and that's the only way we can achieve what we want to achieve. I have been very far from perfect in my journey, but I'm still here because I'm consistent. Now, consistent doesn't mean every single day without a fuck up. Consistent means that 8 times out of 10 you made it. 9 times out of 10 you made it. There is sometimes things that happen. But if you stop making those excuses in your head and get on with it, the times where life throws something, can't make it to the gym tonight because little Johnny fell off the swing and cracked his head open, doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. You pick a flu up like me and you go, shit, I can't train this week. It doesn't matter now because I am so consistent with what I do. It's okay when I have those imperfect times. And there are definitely times where I've made an excuse in my head and I've gone, yeah, fuck it, I'm not training today. Usually when I reflect back, I can actually now go, you're actually feeling tired. That's why you can't be bothered going. But if we don't have that self-reflection and compassion to realize that not being absolute perfect all the time is okay, we then go, oh, well, I didn't train yesterday. Or I haven't trained today. I'm going to sit down on the couch with a bag of potato chips and stuff myself stupid. So now not only have you not gone to the gym, you've indulged in shitty oils, way too many calories, binged on TV, which probably wasn't great for your mindset either, and you now feel 10 times worse. You're throwing the baby out with the bathwater. You don't need to do that. You don't need to, because one thing didn't work doesn't mean you can't still, well, I'll choose better food today. I haven't gone to the gym and trained, but I'm still going to hit my protein targets and I'm still going to hit my calories. I might take an extra long walk today because I'm not feeling the love for the gym. I'm going to throw an extra little loop in on my lap, or I'm going to walk for an extra 5 minutes one way and 5 minutes back the other way, just for a little bit extra movement. Or sometimes I walk in the morning and if I'm really feeling it, like I'm going, yeah, I just feel like I can't train today and I've only just made my 10,000 steps, I'll go for a little extra walk and I'll make 12,000 steps. So just throw a little extra walk in the evening. So I've done something. That's if I've got capacity to, and depending on the reason to why I haven't. But you can see if you let go of that idea of perfectionism is the only way you're going to achieve it, you're going to derail a lot less frequently. Easter. It's Easter. Have some chocolate, but having a chocolate egg or 2 chocolate eggs or a rabbit even doesn't mean that you go, oh God, now I fucked it all. And then you continue to eat a packet of hot cross buns and then you go and have takeaway for dinner. And it just doesn't have to be that way. And I think just remembering, sit and look at how far you've come and what it's done for you. Your energy's improved, your sleep's improved, your hormones are improving. You now know how to manage your food better. You know how to track. You know what good foods to choose. You know how to be organized. You know how to go out and be social and eat and make great choices. Like, pick all the things that you've already learnt out of your journey and reflect on those and go, well, I may have fucked up this week, but I actually have all these skills and all this knowledge and all this healing. Why would I let it go by continuing to derail myself? And just get back on track. Our journeys are not perfect. Our journeys are not linear. And there will be times where either life stops us or our own head stops us. But what we learn to do out of those journeys is pick ourselves up quicker, get back on track quicker. For me, it used to be a habit stacking. I used to have to habit stack for the week to get back on track. Now, if I have a week off, I remember Christmas time. My son was home for Christmas. He had moved away at the beginning of the year, joined the army. I was very devastated, and he he was home for Christmas, and I just wanted to enjoy. And I took 2 weeks off. I didn't train. I ate all the wrong foods. I had a couple of drinks, and I thoroughly enjoyed my beautiful family time with my son home and indulged. By the end of 2 weeks, I was like, ugh, I feel like shit. I need to feel good again. I can feel my hormone symptoms, cropping up. I don't feel good. I'm not sleeping well. My energy's gone and I just feel shit. My digestion's off. By the end of that 2 weeks, I was like, please, God, get me back on track. And by Monday, I hit the ground running. I was all set, packed, ready to go. Because I've done it so often now, I can put myself back on track quickly. So it's remembering that each time you do it, you're probably going to do it for less, and you're going to get back on track more often if you apply some of these strategies. So going back to, again, the mental strategies, the mindset strategies of what's your why? What drove you here? What was your pain point that made you change? Remember all the good things and focus on those. Shift your focus. Every time you go down to the negative, shift your focus back to the positives. Habit stack the little theoretical, the practical things that need to be done, like packing your lunch, doing the shopping, making your meal plan, setting your time for the gym, setting your alarm to go for the walk, all those little habit stackings. Allow yourself a few days or a week if you need it to habit stack those things, but that will get shorter and shorter. You will get more efficient at doing that. And remember that your journey isn't linear, and be kind to yourself, because what's the other option? You throw the baby out with the bathwater and you don't get back on track? Well, that's certainly not going to serve you. You 100% will not achieve your body composition goal or a place of health that is going to give you back a glowing midlife. It's like a second life as your kids get older, particularly for women who give so much in motherhood. They lose so much of themselves that if you actually stay off track, you are 100% guaranteed to not succeed at what you want. But if you're off track and you get back on track, it doesn't matter whether this is the second or the fourth time you've been back on track. You get back on track and you keep going, because if you keep going, you will eventually arrive at your destination, because your journey is not going to be linear. It's not for anyone. The thing is, probably the more often you fall off track, the longer it's going to take you to get there, sure, but you will get there. If you don't put yourself back on track, you just simply will never get there. The one thing I can guarantee, the more often you get back on track, the sooner you do it, the quicker you do it, the more efficient you are about it, it will soon become just life. It just becomes life. This is just my life now. I don't have to think about it. It's just a do. Health and longevity and that body composition that you want, all of those things, optimizing your health, optimizing your hormones, optimizing your sleep and your energy so you feel fantastic, optimizing your training so you are strong going into the golden years so you can live independently. All of that starts now with consistency and getting back on track. And I can guarantee you, if you keep going, you will look back in 12 months and go, wow, look how far I've come. And honestly, a journey like this, you've got to give yourself 12 to 18 months, because there are going to be, life happens, you'll fall off, something else stops you, flu. But the more consistent you can be and the quicker you can do it, the quicker you'll get to your destination. But give yourself 12 months and I guarantee you, you will look back and go, wow, what a journey. It hasn't been easy, but now it's the norm. It just becomes your norm. You just have to get there, and it's tough getting there. No one's saying it's not easy. If it was, there's simplicity in what you need to do, but it's not easy, and this is why we fall off track. It's simplicity in set your macros, track your food, prep your food, Go to the gym, get your walk in. Seriously, that's all it is. Eat 130 grams of protein at least. Know what your maintenance calories are and stick to it. Track your food and plan your food so you know what you're doing and you're prepared. Go to the gym and lift with progressive overload. 10,000 steps a day. That's all you have to do. They're not hard tasks. It's very simple. However, it's not an easy journey because you've got life that comes in on top, lack of accountability, the nuances of your body. Ultimately, having a coach is a fantastic way to get you back on track and to help hold you accountable. And when you have to check in with someone every week, I can guarantee you you are less likely to fall off track because you know you've got to check in and go, yeah, wasn't a good week. You could go, yeah, week was great, but a coach knows. They're looking at your data. They can see when you're not consistently following. So there's no way out of it. And it's the ultimate way to hold you accountable and get to your journey, get to your destination of your journey much, much quicker. But if you are out there doing it on your own, this podcast today is about those tips on getting you back on track. So don't give up yet. You will make it. And today, if there's anything out of this that resonated with you and you found really helpful, please take a screenshot of the podcast, share it on Instagram, and tag me at strengthtraining.nutritionist. And I will see you all next week.